Don't look at my face. I'm Yahweh, Yahweh. Look at me, I'm Yahweh. I am Yahweh, super funny Yahweh. Right? Like, give me a break, guys. Hey guys, welcome to Joel Reads Bible. I'm Joel and I'm reading the Bible so that you don't have to. And we're here at Exodus chapter 33. We had an exciting, pretty long episode last time with episode 32, the story of the golden calf, which you guys will all remember and love. It's a beloved story of God being, well, what he advertises himself as, a jealous God, to the point of just having some of his Hebrews go and kill off 3,000 of his Hebrews. Like it's nothing. This is 3,000 people that don't matter that much. Sometimes we got to send a message. Sometimes a dictator, a loving God has to send a message. And that was one of those times. That's all. And it's fair and it's fine. And he's still loving and he's still good. Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. But we are now at chapter 33. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, you're doing something wrong. You really are. You're wasting your life. No, I'm not wasting my life reading the Bible. You're wasting your life. And also like the video and leave me a comment. I actually like every single comment and do the love thing. Even when people are being a little bit rude and saying things that aren't very nice at all, I'll still like it and love it and then respond to it in the nicest way I can muster. Let's have a conversation in the comments. So here we are, Exodus chapter 33. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Leave this place, you and the people you brought up out of Egypt, and go up to the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob," who's also Israel, saying, "I will give it to your descendants. I will send an angel before you and drive out the Canaanites, Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Go up to the land flowing with milk and honey, but I will not go with you because you are a stiff-necked people, and I might destroy you on the way." Do you not find this funny? Why aren't you laughing? Why are you not laughing? Do you not find this funny? First of all, we get a reiteration of the same propaganda we've heard since the beginning of this book. There's one story that's going on here. And if you don't think that this is a people writing that they're going to live somewhere and giving their sort of mythos that says, this is why we're allowed to be here, this is our land, no one can take it from us, then look, you're in denial. Then we also get the new information of the milk and honey, which I think has just come up in Exodus. This is pretty recent that the land flows with milk and honey, and it makes it sound even sweeter and milkier. But now God is so annoyed with his people. Last episode, I was talking about how you wouldn't let ants get under your skin or in your pants the way that God lets these Hebrews get into his pants or under his skin, because he's just like, I can't even be around you guys because your attitudes, your stiff-neckedness is so frustrating. You know me, short wick. I have quite the temper on me. Love is patient. I'm not patient. I don't have to be patient. I'm God. I get really angry really fast, and I might just kick off and kill everyone. Because, honestly, you guys are too stiff-necked. That is a huge sin. And by the way, if it was such a big deal to be stiff-necked, then in Exodus 20, when you're given the top 10, put down, "Thou shalt not be stiff-necked, God." Why are you getting them in trouble for something you never even said they're not allowed to do, right? Also, you made this people like this, right? What are you doing? Anyway, these people, every single solitary one of them as a full unit, it's probably just a race thing, are stiff-necked. Or stubborn, as other people might say. So God just can't be around them. He's just so annoyed by them. That's so funny to me. I cannot be around you. I find it very, very funny. When the people heard these distressing words, they began to mourn, and no one put on any ornaments. Well, what ornaments did they have? They took off all their gold rings last episode, and made a calf out of them. So what do they have left? Precious magical gemstones. And I'm not even going to look at my crystals. I'm so depressed. I don't feel good about this. The God who we thought a chapter earlier didn't exist anymore. And we were curious why Moses wasn't around. And we were so quick to be like, I want the golden calf, who I'm going to imagine is a real God all of a sudden. Like these idiots are like, but we love you, God. We made one mistake. Why are you leaving us alone? Oh, man. As a narrative, the book doesn't always make sense. It's just not great writing. The Hebrews improved dramatically in their storytelling over the years. This isn't their best work. For the Lord had said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites, you are a stiff-necked people. If I were to go with you, even for a moment, I might destroy you. Now take off your ornaments, and I will decide what to do with you." So the Israelites stripped off their ornaments at Mount Horeb. Mount Horeb or Mount Sinai? Or are they the same? What mount are we supposed to be at? Is this a contradiction, or are there two mounts near each other? Or is this two narratives being spliced together and it's actually supposed to be Mount Sinai, but they changed it to Horeb, and one story is Horeb, one is Sinai? I don't care that much. You guys can try to wrestle over why he was up Mount Sinai and now they're at Mount Horeb, okay? I don't care, but it seems like it might be a contradiction. I love that the quote that God tells Moses to say, even if I have to hang out with you guys for a moment, even just for a moment, I might destroy you. Like I can't even hang out with this guy for 5 minutes and you know? Like even if I'm around these people for just a moment, I'm going to burn with anger. It's like, God, calm down, man. Be patient. Be long suffering, for goodness sakes, man. Do you love them? No, not really. Why would you think that? I love some of them, the ones that loved me first. I don't love them if they don't love. I don't just like carte blanche love them. That's crazy. Never have I said that. Never. Maybe I will, or maybe somebody will guess at that. But no, I do not love them. Now, Moses used to take a tent and pitch it outside the camp some distance away, calling it the tent of meeting. Anyone inquiring of the Lord would go to the tent of meeting outside the camp. Okay. And whenever Moses went out to the tent, all the people rose and stood at the entrances to their tents, watching Moses until he entered the tent. This is another one where like they forget how many people there are, right? And I know that they're probably on a plane. If you are on a flat surface of tents that holds up to 2 million people minus 3,000, well, I guess those are probably just corpses that are piled somewhere. If you all stand on the entrance of your tent, can you see the one tent of meeting way, it's outside of everyone else's gate, way over there where Moses is going in, just like they're watching me again. They're watching me again. They're obsessed, you know. And he goes into the tent of meeting and they all go, all right, he's in. Now we can do revelry again. Like, I don't know why they're waiting for him to go into the tent of meeting, but whatever. As Moses went into the tent, the pillar of cloud would come down and stay at the entrance while the Lord spoke with Moses. Don't they know the pillar of cloud? Right? I'm assuming that this happened before the Mount Sinai thing. I'm not sure exactly when. This is past tense. So this is how things were for a bit. Moses talking to God again. Remember, God's the pillar of cloud. Yeah, he's been guiding us, so we do know that that's God. You know, or is this after Mount Sinai? They're like, yeah, remember he did that whole show on the mountain. Why? He could have just done this. We already knew he was talking to God. So I don't know. Seems like we're doubling down on the theatrics here a little bit, but okay. Whenever the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the entrance to the tent, they all stood and worshiped, each at the entrance to his tent. All right, so they're giving God the glory. God is in their presence as a pillar of cloud, and they're like, yay, worship. I wonder what that looks like. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You're a pillar of fire by day. You're a pillar of cloud by night. Oh, I mixed those two up. The Lord would speak to Moses face to face as a man speaks with his friend. Then Moses would return to the camp, but his young aide Joshua, son of Nun, did not leave the tent. So there's a few things going on here. The first one is that I know that God comes as a pillar of cloud, but what does it mean to speak to Moses face to face? Like, is it face of Moses to face of cloud? Like, as a friend. If you were Moses' friend, would you be a cloud? Would you just face him with a cloud? Or would you like step out of the cloud and be like, God here? It sounds like somebody looked upon God's face. Sounds like they're actually face to face, and Moses still hasn't been killed. I dealt with this in the recap, so I'm not going to take too much time over it, but this seems like another contradiction in the Bible. This seems like they really want us to believe that Moses saw God face to face and spoke to him. It's like God is trying so hard to look dumb. He's trying so hard to confuse everyone. He's trying so hard to say one thing and then say the exact opposite thing in the text so we don't know what to believe. That's what it's. If this is real and this is the way God is trying to reveal himself, it looks like he's deliberately trying to confuse, okay? Because it says you can't see his face and live, and no one has seen God. And the Lord would speak to Moses face to face. Okay, what do you mean by face to face? Oh, as a man speaks with his friend. Like, if I'm going to imagine that, it's literally sitting there face to face. Like, what are you talking about? The other part here is that Joshua would hang out in the tent after. So what we really have, if we don't have a real Yahweh, is a fully grown adult man going into a tent with a young boy, and he's a religious leader. And then he leaves, and the boy has to be in the tent to recover from whatever happened in there and take some extra time before slinking out, probably feeling shame. You shouldn't have to feel shame, Joshua. It's not your fault, okay? It's not your fault. What Moses is doing in there is wrong, all right? Talk to someone. Talk to another adult that you can trust, all right? Don't bother talking to Yahweh. He's not going to help. He's not going to stop anything. He's not involved. Talk to someone else, all right? I'm worried about Joshua. Moses said to the Lord, "You have been telling me, lead these people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me. You have said, I know you by name, and you have found favor with me. If you are pleased with me, teach me your ways, so I may know you and continue to find favor with you. Remember that this nation is your people." God's like, oh, yeah, the Hebrews are my... Thank you, Moses. The Hebrews are my people. I'm glad you told me about that because I'm very forgetful. I almost forgot Moses in the ark. Yeah, no, that good point. Yeah, you are my people. That is undeniably true. Moses is trying to understand God, and I think that that's really fair because we get an idea of who God is. He's a war God. He's very vengeful. He is incredibly jealous. He's somewhat narcissistic. He's not very loving. He's very, very brutal in his reactions. And he's going to do what he wants to do. It doesn't matter what anyone else's opinion is or what anyone else wants. And Moses is like, can you just tell me what it is you want completely? Can you Tell me what your thing is so that I can please you. I just want to know your character well enough so that I don't upset you in any way, because I've noticed you're getting very, very angry. If you can just give me some sort of insight. And I think that that's fair. It's fair to want to know that. And I don't know if we're ever going to know that, right? The Lord works in mysterious ways is a phrase because I don't know if this question will be answered. We'll see if the question is answered in this chapter. That would be really interesting. Also notice that the reason why we want this answer is sort of out of fear. God's the abusive boyfriend, so I just want to please you. I just want to make you happy. Please, please, please be happy with me. Oh, you're so angry. I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? I don't even know what I did wrong. It's that sort of thing, because God is just so all over the place with his destroy, I'm so mad, like he's just so violent and so aggressive that it's like, I don't know what to do. What did I do? What if I say the wrong thing? Can you tell me what you like and what your thing is so that I can find favor with you so I don't have to be afraid anymore, please? And it makes sense for Moses to feel that way. The Lord replied, okay, we might get an answer. My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Okay. He answered the first question. The second question seems to be, relax. All right? I don't want to answer the second. Just relax, okay? I'll give you rest. Like, you can just calm down. I'm not going to just go off and start destroying things. You don't have to worry about finding favor with me. Relax. All right? Then Moses said to him, if your presence does not go with us, do not send us up from here. How will anyone know that you are pleased with me and with your people unless you go with us? What else will distinguish me and your people from all the other people on the face of the earth? This, of course, is a direct response to God saying, I'm not going with you guys. And Moses is again negotiating with God, because God can have his mind changed. We've already seen that. If God was unchanging, immutable, if he was timeless and all-knowing, that would negate these types of conversations, right? Because God would know what is going to happen. He would know what he wants to do. This is all very much human-on-human interaction, it seems. Moses is smart, though. He's using God's ego. And he did that in the previous chapter, which I didn't lean into enough, but I'll lean into it a little bit more. He's appealing to God's ego. How will they know that you're the best and we're your people if you're not with us? This is about bringing you glory, God. We don't matter. Nothing else matters. But you want glory, and we want you to have glory. That's not going to happen if you're not here. So come with us. It'll be better for everyone. It'll really show off how great you are. Come on, do it. And the Lord said to Moses, I will do the very thing you have asked, because I am pleased with you, and I know you by name. It worked. God changed his mind again. He was like, I'm not going. And Moses is like, it'll look better. I mean, aren't we your people? You said we were your people. I don't want to, don't want to hold that against you, but you did say we're your people. He's like, I know your name. I know you. You're my guy. I know you. Sure. You know what? Sure, I'll go. I was so mad back there, wasn't I? I was so mad back there, Moses. But, I didn't realize you like me that much. I guess we are pretty close now, right? We are we're pretty good friends now, right? So, yeah, I'll go with it. Okay, let's do it. Where are we going? Canaan? Cool, let's do it. Let's go. Then Moses said, now show me your glory. Show me, show God, show me your big old glory. And the Lord said, I will cause all my goodness to pass in front of you, and I will proclaim my name, the Lord, in your presence. I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. But, he said, You cannot see my face, for no one may see me and live. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing in the same chapter? In the very same chapter? Like, is that fair? The Lord would speak to Moses face to face as a man speaks with his friend. You cannot see my face, for no one may see me and live. I know he came as a cloud, but you can't be face to face with a cloud. That doesn't make sense. That's stupid, guys. That's stupid to think that that would be what it means. It's dumb and it's bad writing, all right? I'm sorry. Am I using really juvenile language to describe that? I don't think it deserves better than that, okay? It's a dumb, stupid, idiotic thing to say, and then to have this direct contradiction to it is really, really dumb, stupid, and asinine, okay? That's as much as this deserves. By the way, what we're describing for the Lord to show his glory to Moses is the Lord passing by with all his goodness, whatever that means, and going, Yahweh, 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 I'm Yahweh, Yahweh, look at me, I'm Yahweh, look at me, I'm Yahweh, don't look at my face, I'm Yahweh, Yahweh, look at me, I'm Yahweh, I am Yahweh, super funny Yahweh, right? Like, give me a break, guys. And I do want to note that I will have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I have compassion. That's going to come up way later in the New Testament, and I don't think it's going to be very good, and you're not going to like it. But just keep in mind that God is in complete control over who he has mercy and compassion on and who he doesn't. And just remember, when he doesn't have compassion, what does he do? I don't know, hardens Pharaoh's heart, let's say. But we don't have to get into that kind of theology. We've got years and years ahead of us before we have to talk about that. Then the Lord said, there is a place near me where you may stand on a rock. When my glory passes by, I will put you in a cleft in the rock and cover you with my hand until I have passed by. Then I will remove my hand, and you will see my back, but my face must not be seen. This feels like, again, just different narratives occurring in the same story. We have 74 or whatever it was, people going up the mountain, seeing God, having a picnic with him, and just like hanging out. And in that scene, it doesn't say they saw God's face, but they saw God, and he was standing on a green tile. And they're like, hey, yeah, they're hanging out. They're eating. Was God eating, or was he just like this? Are you enjoying the unleavened bread? Are you enjoying the roast lamb? Is that good? Did I tell any of you guys that I hate yeast yet? I really hate yeast. Does anyone? I'll try some of that. Don't look. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Don't give me any yeast. But it's also really wild that like he's got this giant hand that he's going to block Moses with, and then he's going to walk by and then remove his hand and you can see his back. Like, how giant is this God character? Or is the hand massive? Anyway, thinking about it logically doesn't really do anything for anyone. But it does seem like a direct contradiction where there are basically seeing God and then not seeing God happening from Genesis till now. It's very inconsistent the way God presents himself. But what we're just seeing here is that he's changing. He's distancing himself in every way. And he has a reason for doing it because he's made these people super stiff-necked. And he's not happy about that. So that's one reason why he wants to distance himself. He's trying to not be seen now for whatever reason. So God changes quite a bit, and the way he shows himself changes. And that's fine. But I think that when we reach that verse that says God doesn't change, it's just not going to ring true to me. Anyway, that's chapter 33. I think we had a good time with it. I think it was kind of fun. So few, because I thought it was going to be pretty boring. So I'm looking forward to our next chapter. If you haven't subscribed, you got to do that. Subscribe, like this video, leave me a comment. That always helps. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.